I'm Teddy and welcome back to Teddy's Movie Club. Today I'm going to be doing a quick roundup of weekly watch poll. Because obviously I was on holiday last week, so I didn't get to watch many things. So this past weekend I was just chilling out and I watched a few things. Not as much as what I'm going to try and do for next week, but you know. Anyway, the first thing I've watched, I haven't finished this yet because I was hoping to finish this today, literally cutting it down to the wire, is Season 1, Chief of War on Apple TV. I'm on episode 9 of 9. I thought I could finish this today, but sadly the 9th and last episode of Season 1 comes out on Friday, which I didn't realise, until I basically finished episode 8. Jason Momoa was in it. I love Jason Momoa. He's just a cool guy. Basically, he plays a character that I believe advises like the chief of his tribe, in delicate matters. And of course, he's left with his family at the start of episode 1, and he gets called back because another tribe is declaring war on them, and it's starting to target other tribes to declare war, and he needs his help to defeat them, and so they go back with his family, and doesn't really work out. I think they take down the chief. This is one I'm gonna have to watch 2 or 3 times to get everything in, because obviously there's a lot going on. So Jason Momoa's character comes back to Maui with his TV show family, and they have trials and tribulations. They've got to deal with conflict from their tribe, other tribes, and Westerners that went to basically take the islands, take all the treasure, and basically want to control the native people of Hawaii. Now, I'm not really great on geography, so I don't know if Maui's in Hawaii or Maui's an island near Hawaii, so apologies for that. My geography's not good, so I'm probably going to get places mixed up, but it's really good. If you watch past the credits, when they're doing all the names and all that, it will come to like a 5-minute segment of how they made the episode, how they created the costumes, how they shot this scene and all that. And it's, I believe it was after episode 8, they were talking about how they made the capes for the TV show, and because basically they would use certain bird feathers, and it could take generations to make one cape, and it would be passed in the family from obviously chief to son, and obviously sons would inherit the cape and be chiefs as well. So it's actually interesting, and there's a lot of history and culture, and they obviously, I was listening to it with audio description, because obviously some of it's in English and some of it's, I'm not sure what language, some of it's in the native language of Maui, and so I had that going on and the audio description telling me what it was in English, so I had sort of 2 different dialogues going on. So that's also why I need to watch it again, because sometimes I was listening to it in a native language and not paying attention to the English audio description. So yeah, that was a long-winded of what I watched. That was the only thing that wasn't the only thing I streamed. I finally went, because that was on Apple TV, I finally finished on BBC iPlayer, I finally finished episode 8 of season 2 or season 15 of Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa's last season as the Doctor, because I'd watched a couple of weeks ago, I watched episodes 1 to 7, and of course didn't get time to finish it, so I watched episode 8 on Sunday. Loved it. Now I really wish Ncuti Gatwa was the Doctor for a little bit longer. I could have done with him maybe 1 more to 2 more max seasons, but it is what it is. You know, I don't know what's going on with the future of Doctor Who, whether or not Disney Plus will continue to, you know, pay for it, or the BBC will going to just continue the show without Disney Plus. So, but anyway, Doctor Who is a British legend cult show. Not, well, you know what I mean. It's a legendary TV show, and I'd hate for it to, you know, get cancelled, you know, but I loved it. So, and then the 2 physical media pickups. So I'm so used to saying pickups. I watched Novocaine on 4K. Hopefully you can see that. There's the back. Sorry if there's glare. I don't know what the lighting's like. Novocaine is about this awkward sort of bank clerk. I believe he's like second in command at his local bank. He suffers with oh, what do you call it? I don't want to say disability, but it is a disability. Because I can't think of the word. It's like he can't feel pain. So yeah, it is a disability. I'm not classing it, it's not. It's just like I can't think of the proper word of. But he can't feel pain, and he basically shuts himself away from people. He's a bit socially awkward, and he's really liking this girl, you know, this woman at his work. And of course, he's talking to his online gamer friend, which they've never met until further along in the film. That he really likes her, and his friend goes, just ask her out. And of course, like, they start, Novocaine, which is his nickname, you'll find out in the film why he's called that, you know, sort of gets to know this girl. They go on a date, and they're a bit sort of awkward to each other, and of course it was a bit sort of, am I going to want to watch this? Because it just seems a bit socially awkward, and of course I don't know if I'd be able to sit through, you know, nearly 2 hours of it. So, but they get to liking each other, and then obviously it's near Christmas time in the film, and some Santas come in and basically went to rob the bank, and they kill the bank manager, and obviously Novocaine tells them the code in order to save his girlfriend's life, but not knowing, you know, she's not entirely innocent in this plot. I'm not going to spoil it, you have to watch it, but this is like his, you know, arc to saving his girlfriend, learning the truth of what's happening, and overcoming his, you know, his issues of his disability, because, like, you know, without feeling no pain, you know, he can get injured quite severely, because he does get injured in this film, where you see at the end, but just like he just can't feel pain. And of course, like, I'm thinking, how would that actually, I'm going to sound so dumb, just like, how would that actually feel, you know? You can't feel pain, but you're getting like broken bones and blood pouring out of you and all that, and you know, you're having to set your watch to make sure your blood doesn't explode, so you can go to the bathroom one time. And you know, he doesn't eat any proper food. It's all like soft mush and all that. And then this girl takes him to her favourite cafe, and of course, like, has a really good cherry pie, and he tries it for the first time, and he loves it. And he's like, you know, it's like, this is what real food tastes like, because obviously he's never had it. His parents shut him away when he was a kid because obviously of his disability. And you know, the action scenes are quite good. You know, there's a lot of kills in this film. I enjoyed it, but I found like the first sort of, yeah, the first date scene kind of awkward, because obviously they were so awkward together. But then you just like further in the film, they realised they really like each other, and they continue the relationship. So yeah, that was Novocaine. And then the next up is The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Finally got round to watching this after, you know, after so long, because obviously I really wanted to go and see it at the cinema when, what was it, last year or the year before? I can't remember, but this took forever to come out in the UK. I almost thought about importing it from the States, but luckily I didn't, so finally got it. really good film. If you've read the Dracula book, this is basically like the last mid to last bit of the book on the film. But it obviously does deviate in a way, because but the vampire was really cool. It didn't look like a man, from what people have told me. It actually looks like a creature, like a monster. So that was cool. There wasn't any audio description, so I had to sort of really concentrate on certain scenes, and but I think I got the majority of the film. I really did like this one. I'm gonna have to watch it with, you know, when I've got someone around sighted who can just fill in the bits that I missed. But I really like a vampire film. I really like Abigail. When I watched it, you know, last year or whenever I watched it. And I've got a few more vampire films coming up because it is spooky season, so I'm trying to get through my backlog. But yeah, I really did enjoy these Novocaine and Last Voyage of the Demeter. And that's all I've watched really, just like the 2 films, most of a TV show, because I've got to wait till Friday for the last episode. And then I finished Doctor Who eventually, because obviously I never got around to watching it when it was live on air. So I just think hopefully I can pick up the box set soon, so I can, you know, continue my collection. But yeah, that's all I picked. Why do I keep saying pick up? That's all I watched for last week / the weekend. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.